Hi my viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about a black brother who asked his fellow brothers and sisters to say one nice thing about white people. This is quite interesting, and honestly I can't wait to hear what our brothers and sisters had to say in the stitches, and it's something that you don't want to miss, and it's something that is definitely worth watching. But before we get into the stitches, let's watch the video. Let's hear what our brother had to ask his fellow brothers and sisters to do. So let's get into the video.
Black people, say one nice thing about white people. Nice thing about white people.
Man, I like how white people ain't so demanding when you go to a cookout. All I gotta do is bring chips and dip. Now, if I bring chips and dip to a black cookout, they're gonna be like, man, that's all you brung? Talking about, man, you was supposed to bring chips, dip, Dr. Pepper, Hennessy, mac and cheese, and some chicken. You bring chips and dip to a white cookout, everybody excited. Everybody's like, oh, thank you, you shouldn't have.
Nice thing about white people.
White people are like iPhones. Each generation is better than the last. The first generation was crap, the worst thing imaginable. Colonialism, slavery, it was cancer on earth. Thank God it was discontinued. Overall, if you compare the original white person to the one we have now, it's just a much better model. And by much better, I mean it's actually a decent model and not a genocidal maniac. Now, as with any product that is being mass produced, there are some bad copies. There are some deplorables out there. Hey, factories produce millions of these things. A couple of the copies are going to be defective. And sometimes these defective copies might actually get elected to presidencies and talk about making iPhones great again. Point is, iPhones have never been better than they are today. So good, you might even want to take one home yourself.
About white people.
One nice thing is that I can take a white person to all of my doctor's appointments and be treated with respect and decency and get the things that I need. Black women are at the mercy of the U.S. healthcare system, and although we can't prove that we're being discounted or denied, we always have a nagging feeling. I'm lucky that I can take my partner to all of my appointments, and he stands up for me, and he makes sure that I'm treated well. Not everyone has that option.
Nice thing about white people.
They are organized as fuck, man. I used to have a successful dog walking and pet sitting business, true as a clock, you guys. 97% of my clients were white. Every time I got to the house, man, the check was laying right there, never late, with a nice little note. Hi, Jay. Thanks so much for watching Bruno and Teddy. We really appreciate it. If you need anything, you can reach my husband at work, and you can call my cell phone in case of an emergency. Bruno's collar is blue, Teddy's collar is green. The leashes are hanging up at the back door, and they both have their medication in a cabinet. Bruno gets a half a tablet for his heart, Teddy gets 2 tablets for allergies. And help yourself to whatever's in the refrigerator, and if anything pops up and you need any questions, please reach out to me.
Nice thing about white people.
Y'all take really good care of your animals. Like, in the next life or something, I wouldn't mind being owned by... No, never mind. Never mind. We're gonna cut it.
About white people.
Hey, when it comes to decorations, y'all win. Y'all will hang anything from a tree.
White people.
I won't call it nice, but I will call it impressive. After all the years of mass incarceration and slavery, you've actually convinced our people now that y'all are the victims, that reverse racism is real, that we have the power to oppress y'all like y'all did us. I gotta give it to y'all. Y'all kind of snapped. Now don't get carried away. This is obviously sarcasm. But again, it's still impressive that y'all have literally mastered our minds. Y'all hit that whoa or put BLM in your bio, and now everybody and mama is saying, how can we not accept them? Y'all have mastered doing the bare minimum. You've mastered manipulation and gaslighting black people. You've even mastered getting our own to be yelling at each other instead of being mad at the true problem, which is racism. I don't know, man. Y'all was in them writing rooms like, how can we make them become more dependent on us? How can we get them to turn against each other even though we're doing it to them? How can we convince them we have no power even though we run the world? Impressive.
About white people.
Man, let's stop going off of color and start going off of like actions, you feel me? But one good thing about white people is, man, they gonna help you when you need it. And see, one thing about us people, our people, black folks, we be thinking all white folks is bad, but they not. They down to help you before your own peoples will. But I just don't like to go off of color too much, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of getting old. Let's start going by people's actions. Let's just say, what's one good thing most people are good at in general? How about that? Because everything ain't based off of color, man. It seems like that's what the world wants us to be. Separated, divided. That's what the news wants. Seems like that's what TikTok wants. Let's go by actions and not color of their skins and stuff, man. Roll Tide, baby. Southern boy.
Okay, guys, like I said, we got to love our brothers and sisters because, firstly, it's just how black folks express themselves for me, and watching the stitches was pretty interesting. So, what do you think? Are some of the things said about the white folks in the stitches true? So, drop us your comments in the comment section and let's get interactive. So, let's get into my thoughts and reaction for this video. So my thoughts and reaction to the video, and of course the stitches, is that all people, regardless of color, are just people, and there are certain traits that are just particular to the human race and not just specific to white people or black people. However, we can't deny the fact that our culture does set us apart, and it determines certain habits that we portray. So culturally speaking, there are certain things that palm color people do that is just unique to them. So some of the stitches were just really funny. And I always say, like, this issue of color is just getting old, and we should just stop this, and we should stop seeing color, but rather just see people's actions as their actions and not because they are a certain race or they are a certain color. So maybe we should just, reach out to each other one day and just say, hey, say one nice thing about the human race in general, because the world has really become integrated and it's a global village where people are just people without considering their race. But hey, black folks are just too much. If you ask me, it's just the level of sarcasm in some of the stitches that are very typical to my brothers and sisters. And I'm here for it, guys, because why not? Anyway, my viewers, lastly, I think everything said is very much a fact about the human race, and it can be said about any other race too. I think we have brothers and sisters who are well organized. I think we have brothers and sisters who love doing decorations and they're very good at it, and I feel like we have brothers who are very creative too, and I feel like we also have a lot of black folks who love animals and who take very good care of their pets, and that has nothing to do with race. I think that's just everything to do with just being human. So I think this issue of race is just seriously getting out of date. So let's just move on to the next topic, because this issue of race is just getting too much, guys. But anyway, guys, one message that I really want to put across is that, everything that was said in the stitches is just typical of the human nature. It has nothing to do with your race. It has nothing to do with, what color you are. And I feel like going forward, we should just share the message of love and oneness, and we should see people beyond their race, and we shouldn't say, oh, this person is doing this because they're white or because they're black. I feel like going forward, this issue of race, we should really just get over it and just heal from it, because we just have to create a better world for the next generation. So guys, it's been very interesting to watch this video with you. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and make sure to interact with us. Leave your comments in the comment section. Tell us what you think about this video, and catch us in our next video.